It's hiring day at one of the many garment factories on the outskirts of Dhaka. All the new applicants waiting to be interviewed are women, hoping to land a job making cheap clothes sold on high streets around the world. Of the 4 million workers employed by Bangladesh's $24 billion apparel industry, over 80% are female. The large workforce has been credited with empowering millions of poor rural women, who thanks to the garment industry are now financially independent and able to contribute to the development of the third most populous Muslim majority nation.
The ready-made garments sector, where the feminization of the workforce has taken place, Bangladesh has done remarkably well, and Nobel laureate economist Professor Amartya Sen continues to say that even compared to India, where the purchasing power parity per capita income is almost double that of Bangladesh, and the average achievements in terms of many of the key human development indicators are quite good in Bangladesh and better than India.
Earlier this year, hundreds of thousands of Islamist students descended on the capital, protesting against the mixing of men and women in public. The protests turned violent and at least 56 people were reported to have been killed. Organised by a little-known Islamist group known as Hifazat-e-Islam, or Protectors of Islam, the demonstrations exposed conservative elements in Bangladeshi society opposed to secular views on women. Sarah Hossain is a barrister whose father co-wrote the Bangladeshi constitution.
I feel quite confident that I don't think Bangladesh has much space for that kind of extremism at the end of the day, that there's a lot of religiosity, that the people are generally believing in whatever faith they might be in. But basically it's been a very tolerant society compared to many others, and certainly compared to many other Muslim countries.
Back at the garment factory, Sakila, who is interviewing for a sewing job, is more concerned with getting hired than with politics. She thinks earning a steady wage will provide a better future for her daughter and help care for her sick husband.
Well, I mean, obviously women have been very important in the garments industry, as the bulk of the garments industry workers are women. And I mean, again, very clearly, they're not receiving what they should for their contribution to the industry. I mean, the minimum wage they get is, embarrassing to say the least. It's not a living wage at all. And I mean, as said, in the wake of Rana Plaza and so on, there has been some grudging admission that this situation needs to be changed, but it hasn't changed that much as yet.
Women like Sakila have helped Bangladesh become one of the first countries to attain the UN's Millennium Development Goal by cutting hunger ahead of time, down from 58% in 1990 to 29% today. One thing is certain, without the millions of women working in the garment industry, Bangladesh would not be where it is today. Ben Marino, Financial Times, Dhaka.